Assalamualaikum and good morning. I'm Nabihah and my partner is Jannah. So the topic of our presentation is perceptions. So what is perception? Perception is process by which individuals organize and interpret sensory impression in order to give meaning to the environment. What we perceive can be different from the reality. Perception is important because it can influence people's behavior. When you look at the target of your input of your perception, it is influenced by your personal characteristics such as your attitude, personality, experience, and expectations. So there are many factors that can influence perception. These factors can reside in perceiver, situation, and target. So why we always have different perception? One view is that we always use shortcut in making perception. The shortcut allows us to make accurate perception, but it can result in distorted perceptions. So one of the shortcuts that we always use is selective perception. Any characteristic that stand out will increase the probability that we perceive it. Why? Because we can't assimilate everything that we see, so we can take only certain stimuli. So we choose it randomly based on our interest, experience, and attitude. So the next shortcut that we always use is stereotyping. We judge someone on the basis of our perception of the group he or she belongs to. By using stereotyping, it allows us to make decisions more quickly. In organization, we always hear comments that represent stereotyping, like age, gender. For example, men are not interested in childcare, and older workers are not able to learn new skills. So, research shows that stereotypes operate emotionally and below our conscious level. So for the next factors that can influence perception and decision making is gender. So one of the perception is very related to decision making, because a good perception can make a good decision making. So with gender, 20 years of studies finds that women spend more time in analyzing the past, present, and the future. They are more likely to overanalyze problems and make the problem harder to solve. And why women ruminate more than boys, men, is not clear. One view is that women is more than men, and women is more empathic towards the other and excited to the event of other lives. So the next one is cultural difference. Australia doesn't make decisions like Indonesia do. So before we make decisions, so we have to recognize the cultural background of the decision maker. Cultural difference in time orientation, the importance of the rationality, belief in the ability of the people to solve problems, and preference for the collective decision making. So with this, it helps us to understand why manager in the Egypt make decisions slower than the US. And some cultures emphasis in solving problems, while others focusing on accepting the situation as they are. So the US manager falls in the first situation, and managers in the Indonesian and Thailand falls in the second category. So one of the examples that we always make early perception is when employment interview. The interviewer always draw early perception which is inaccurate, and it makes within the 10 seconds. So the perception will change after the 4 to 5 minutes of the interview. So now I'll pass to Jannah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. NurNabihah. So now I believe that everyone have understood what is perception, what influences perception, and yeah. Okay, as what have mentioned, NurNabihah has mentioned before, perception is actually a understanding or of a person towards an environment. So I'm actually going to take you to a new level, which is decision making. Perception actually carries a lot of weight when an individual do or make a certain decision. Okay, in life, everyone believes that, and I believe that we have to make a lot of decisions. Sometimes decisions we have to make at a very, very short period of time. Sometimes some situation or some problems we have, decision making can be made in a long period of time. So it depends. So how can we actually make good decision when perception comes in? So I'm actually going to share with you on how we can make good decision making. So this is actually the flow of perception. When perception comes in, we have to make the best decision. Okay, these are some of the steps that I actually took from my organizational behavior textbook. These are the steps in rational decision making. It's a rational decision making model. So there are a few steps that need to be take action before making the best decision. So the first step before we actually make to a conclusion or a decision is by identifying your problems. After that, you have to identify the decision criteria of that problem, followed by allocating weights to that decision to that criteria, and then we develop alternatives, evaluate alternatives, and lastly, that's when you get the best decision for a certain problem. So I think you might not clear with how actually this flow goes. So I'm actually going to give you an example of a problem that actually I'm facing, which is tomorrow. So I'm going to use these steps to make my final decision for my problem that I'm facing tomorrow. Okay. I believe that in this class we have majority are accounting students. So we have practically the same, basically the same schedule. So in our schedule, tomorrow we will be having two classes, which is organizational behavior in the morning and financial accounting reporting in the afternoon. So last week, financial accounting, our lecturer have told us that we will be sitting for a test 2, and that test 2 will carry a lot of marks for this semester. So, and I believe that I have not covered a lot of chapters from the topics that are going to come out tomorrow test. So my problem is whether should I go or should I not go to my organizational behavior class tomorrow morning. So then I identify my decision criteria. I identify, meaning that for me, this problem I have two ways, whether should I go to my organizational behavior class or should I not go to my organizational behavior class. And then I put weights to it, then I elaborate more. If I don't go to my organizational behavior, one of the things that I might put in is that if I don't go to my organizational behavior class, I might score for my financial accounting reporting. That's my perception. And I will take my time to actually understand and learn more and get good marks for my financial accounting reporting test 2 for this semester. If I go to organizational behavior, I believe myself and I have the perception that I know that my strength is that if the lecturer teaches me a certain topic or a subject, I can easily understand compared to if I read myself in the room, sticking glued to my chair, and then it will take hours for me to understand a certain topic. So then I allocate weights, meaning that I allocate weights, meaning should I go or should I not go? I have to think more, and then which one should I choose? Then I develop alternatives. Okay, if I go, what will happen to me? If I don't go to my organizational behavior, I'll get good marks. So I create more alternatives to my to the branch of the decision criteria that I've made. Then I evaluate the alternatives. Then I evaluate my alternatives. I evaluate that I put more weights to the of not going to my organizational behavior. So that's where I make my best decision for my problem tomorrow. So in life, sometimes normally there are two types of decision making, whether it's a bad decision making or a good decision making. So, but sometimes decision making can be what we call good enough decision making. So that's when you actually follow the steps of making rational decision making. If you follow the rational decision making model, the previous slide, you will maybe some problems that you face might have decision criteria that carries the same weight of like not doing and doing that certain action for that problem. So it's not there's no right or wrong whether you make that decision, because making a decision is what's best for your problem. Before I wrap up our presentation, I just want to say that every perception or everything that you do in life carries a different perception from different individuals. So decision making are influenced by perception. So there's one quote that I've actually took out from Gary Zukav is, "What is behind your eyes holds more power than what is in front of them." So before making a decision, I advise you guys to analyze and think properly before making a certain decision. Thank you.